All right, Larry Krueger here from the Pig and a Pickle Krug Show with a little San Francisco Giant video. The Giants made a move. We'll talk about it next. But first, we're brought to you by Pig and a Pickle. Check them out, Emeryville, Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week in both spots from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. or until they run out. Pig and a Pickle, the best barbecue in all of Northern California. And this video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Thanks to Underdog Fantasy. I'm loving working with them. Check the link in the description. Use the promo code Krug, K-R-U-E-G, and they'll match you up to your first $100. All right, this week in the Niners-Seahawks game on my underdog picks, I'm going Boye Mafe higher than a half a sack. I think Mafe gets a sack. He's been hot. Brock Purdy higher than 257.5 passing yards. Brandon Ayuk higher than 67.5 receiving yards. Deebo Samuel lower than 6 targets. And Christian McCaffrey higher than 81.5 rushing yards. Underdog Fantasy. All right, let's talk a little bit about the Giants. Daulton Jefferies has signed a deal with the Giants. The right-hander made that announcement on Friday morning, and it's a minor league deal with an invite to spring training. And then John Heyman also reported from the New York Post that first baseman / outfielder Yoshi Tsutsugo has also agreed to a deal with the Giants. And it's probably also a minor league deal with a non-roster invitee to spring training. Let's talk about Jefferies, first of all. He stays in the Bay Area. He's a Berkeley kid. He was selected by the A's, 37th pick of the 2016 draft. He made his major league debut with one appearance in 2020, pitched 5 times the following season, and on 8 occasions in 2022. In 14 career outings, 10 starts, he's worked to a 5.75 ERA. Ouch. Through 56 and a third innings. He's got a middling 15.2% strikeout rate, and he's walked fewer than 6% of the batters he's faced. He's 28. He's lost most of the last 2 seasons to injury. And this is such a far-on move. The injured pitcher, he underwent thoracic outlet surgery in June of 22 and then had Tommy John procedure in September of 2022. Oakland ran him through waivers and off the 40-man roster last offseason. He missed all of last season and elected minor league free agency at the end of the year. And so the Giants, it's a low-risk deal. He'll get a look in camp with Bob Melvin. Obviously, Melvin probably knows him, former A's skipper, but he still has an option remaining, so the Giants could freely send him to AAA even if he earns a 40-man roster spot. So he's kind of interesting. And then Tsutsugo, another guy. This is another dumpster dive by Farhan. Tsutsugo turned 32 recently. Spent time in the Giants system this year. He signed with the Giants out of independent ball in August, and he played in 17 games between AA and AAA. Tsutsugo, he hit 197 this year, or he's a 197 career hitter with a 291 on base. These are just awful numbers. Over 640 big league plate appearances from 2020 through 2022. He had posted a 249 average with a 380 on baseline with Texas in the minor leagues, their top minor league affiliate, in the first half of last season. So he is now a Giant. Tsutsugo. He's kind of interesting from the standpoint of, he's 32. He spent 10 years in Japan. Played for the Yokohama Bay Stars, I believe. Had 139 home runs in Japan. He's played for Tampa. He's played for the Dodgers. He played for the Pirates. And then he signed a minor league deal with Texas this last year, and they released him in June. So he came to the U.S. in 2020. His career numbers in the big leagues are not good looking. I mean, he's a 198 career hitter, 18 home runs, 75 RBIs, and 640 major league plate appearances. Played in the 2017 World Baseball Classic for Team Japan. I don't believe he speaks English because I've seen some interviews that he's done, and he's using an interpreter. He did say his favorite player of all time, Barry Bonds. That's right. Tsutsugo's favorite player of all time is Barry Bonds. So maybe that's why he came to the Giants. But once again, one of these underwhelming dumpster diving. At best, he's a platoon guy. Farhan looking for deals, looking for bargains, looking for, at best, this guy's a lefty hitting first baseman platoon guy. So, and he's 32. He's played his best ball. He's probably just a glorified 40-man roster guy. Could give you a little roster depth. Now, is there any interesting angle to this signing? I would say the one interesting angle is Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the free agent starter who reminds me an awful lot of Tim Lincecum, has stated a couple times that he would like to play in an organization that has some other Japanese-born players. So is the signing of Tsutsugo a way to attract Yamamoto? If so, thumbs up, right? Then there's also, of course, the idea of Shohei Ohtani. I think Ohtani's going to play in Toronto or with the Dodgers. My guess is he's going to sign in Toronto and become, their international superstar there for the Jays. Who knows? The Giants are still in the running. They say the Cubs are still in the running. Dodgers, Angels. To me, it seems like it's between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. But what if Shohei said to the Giants, "Hey, you know what? I'd like you to sign Tsutsugo." And the Giants said, "Yeah, we'll do it. He's got an invite to spring training. Yoshi Tsutsugo, he's in. You want him? He's in." So there's always the possibility that Tsutsugo was signed as at a request of Ohtani or Yamamoto. And I'm all for that. If the Giants are trying to woo one of those two guys with this signing, and this is enough to help Shohei pick the Giants or Yamamoto pick the Giants, I'm all for it. So that's kind of the interesting angle on it. Otherwise, you're just looking at a 32-year-old first baseman, DH, left fielder who's clearly played his best ball. He's got some power. He's a lefty who's got power. I saw one of the highlights that I saw of him this afternoon. Tsutsugo had a game-winning home run over the Cardinals when he was with the Pirates, and he hit it into the Allegheny. So, I mean, it wasn't like hit it right over the fence. I mean, he hit it out of the stadium, past that walkway into the river. So he's got some power, and he probably could, he's got the kind of swing that could maybe land some balls in the Cove. And who knows, maybe he would be some kind of 40-man roster sleeper. But on the surface, Tsutsugo, Jefferies, neither of them make you go jump for joy. But if Tsutsugo was brought here to attract Yamamoto, so we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But that's what happened on Friday. Daulton Jefferies and Yoshi Tsutsugo are now San Francisco Giants. Remember where you were when you heard the news. All right, thanks to Pig and a Pickle for being the title sponsor of the Krug Show, and thanks to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring this video, and thanks to all you guys for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.